Hi guys. So today I just wanted to jump on really quick and talk to you a little bit about the importance of staying in shape between hunting seasons. I think it's extremely important to make sure that you stay active throughout the year. When hunting season is around, there's nothing worse than being out of shape, trying to haul out a huge animal, especially when you're getting into deer. I mean, that's one story, and elk, that's a whole different story. If you're hunting moose, that is, once you make that kill, that is going to be some major work there. And there's nothing worse than trying to lug that thing back up the mountain and being winded at every turn. So here's a few tips that I do. I just kind of go out to my local trail. It doesn't even have to be very far. You don't even necessarily need to get up to the woods unless you're also working on scouting, which is a whole other segment I'm going to do. But today I just really wanted to focus on just that staying in shape piece. So you'll notice here I've got a pack. In fact, this pack that I carry, it is I load it down with about 35, 40 pounds depending on the day. Today I've got 40 pounds on my back. It's a small pack, but it can really carry a lot of weight. So even if you're doing those smaller trails, it'll keep you, keep that weight on your back, keep those muscles tuned in, if you will. This one is simply just a camel pack. Nothing much to it. There's about 3 liters of water on it, along with everything else that I've kind of packed in here. And honestly, you can even pack in rocks if you don't want to put in your full hunting gear in there. You can pack it down with sand. Sometimes I've done that. Just pack it down with a whole bunch of sand, like grab a bag, throw some sand in it, just to keep your body again moving and keep that muscle memory going. So here is a little look at what my pack looks like. See, it's just a simple camel pack, nothing much to it. Very small, but you'll notice how packed I've got that bad boy. Another thing, if you're just trying to get out, maybe you're just now getting into the rhythm, you can definitely just go up for a hike without a pack. That's a really great place to start, especially if you're not used to carrying that weight. Maybe you haven't been up hunting yet, or it's been a couple of years since you've been and you're just looking to get back into shape for that next hunt. So just make sure that you're hydrated. Hydration is going to be key while you're staying in shape. That's going to be the thing that really helps your muscles work the way that you're wanting them to, and really help you stay on point throughout your journey. And sometimes, I mean, depending on how avid of a hunter you are, you really want to stay in shape year round, not just the month before season. Sometimes that might not be enough time to get you into the kind of shape that you're looking to get into. Especially if you're a hunter like me. I mean, I'll go up, and each day that I'm up hunting, I hike in anywhere from 10 to 20 miles, depending on what I'm seeing, what the land looks like. Even if you're more of a basic hunter, you really only gotta go a couple miles off the main trails or off the game trails. Again, it's still so important to stay in shape, because the hunting is only a smidge of the journey. The real work really gets into play once that animal is down. Skinning it, that's going to be a journey in and of itself. And then if you're having to drag the whole animal out after you've skinned it out and gutted it, that's going to require some work. Let alone if you're hunting something bigger, elk, moose, you're really going to want to make sure that you can handle the weight on your back, especially if you've hiked in a couple of miles. That's going to be a couple of miles back and forth, especially if you're out by yourself. If you've got another set of hands, you're still, depending on how big that animal is, you still might be looking at a couple of rounds of coming back, getting that next quarter, and then hauling it back up. So I just wanted to get out today and share with you guys kind of what I'm up and doing. I always love to get outside, so any reason just to get outside is amazing. I wish you guys the best on today's journey, and staying in shape. Let's get it, guys. Let's get ready for that next hunt. All right, so you'll also notice as I go through just my training days, I like to keep up quite a big pace, pretty quick pace, really working those muscles, keeping my heart rate up. I think it's incredibly important, just like any other workout. But you'll also notice as I kind of go through, I'll slow down in moments, I'll kind of cut through the grasses, and just test the quietness on my feet. How light am I being on my feet? Making sure that you are able to keep that quiet, especially when you're going back in the woods and really hunting, if you will. So I think it's important that you kind of test both, keep that pace up, but then also step off to the side if you're not already on a game trail or up in the wilderness. Step off to the side of any trail that you're on and just kind of test the lightness on your feet. It's going to be really important when it comes to season. I think an incredibly important thing too as you're going through this journey, just the training journey, make sure that you are hiking with the boots that you're going to be hunting in. You want to make sure that those are worn in, make sure that they're the right fit, and make sure that they're boots that you can put a lot of miles on without any blisters, hurting. I'm out of breath, guys. But make sure that you can handle the weight on those boots. If they're too heavy for you before season comes into play, make sure that that's something that you're adjusting. There's nothing worse than being out there on a hunt and being 5, 10, 20 miles in, getting those blisters. There's nothing worse than blisters, y'all. So make sure that that's something that you're getting worked out as you're going through your training journey. Another thing I'd really like to add, as you are going through even your training while you're going at a fast pace, keeping that heart rate up, make sure that each step is a step up off the ground. If you're dragging your feet, that means you probably need some more work. That is going to be brutal when you're up on the mountain. You start dragging those feet, that means you're starting to fatigue. And again, that can be really costly when it comes to the hunt and even just your safety as you're navigating those wilderness lands, some of that more rugged territory. So in training, make sure you're picking up each foot, pick it up off. Again, do not let your feet drag, all right? All right, guys, I just finished about 3 miles in this beautiful country. It's just a day to get out, even just get your mind straight. So training can serve like multiple purposes through your journey. So I highly recommend you guys just get outside and do it. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.